Warriors, hey, good Monday morning. I'm excited to connect with you as we begin this fourth week of remote learning. Over the past few weeks, you've done a really great job of getting into the routine of remote learning and bringing good attitude and effort. And from a coaching standpoint, I always like to say that attitude and effort are the two things we control regardless of our circumstance. And so we can always bring that great attitude and great effort, and you've done a great job. I want to point that out, and I want to continue to encourage you as we go forward. Our goal as your team of teachers is to meet you where you're at. If remote learning has been fairly easy for you, congratulations. We want to make sure you're challenged and that you continue to grow. We've added an enrichment folder to our remote learning folders in Google Drive. That enrichment folder provides weekly extension activities for language arts, math, and then challenge activities. We've also got our at-homes expeditions that are rolling. This week we've got Mr. Sugarman, also known as Showcase Man. He is bringing us a Monday Showcase Shuffle Dance Challenge. And this Friday, we are fortunate to have Mrs. Anderson leading a live Crayola calligraphy session on Friday. So that'll be something to look forward to. We thank Master Willis for leading this past week's session on balloon making. If remote learning's been just kind of okay for you, know that we're always working to create a better experience. Your partnership and your engagement, what you bring to the table, is definitely needed to create that quality experience and also the connection that we want our students to have. Be sure that you're viewing each video that your teacher creates. Be sure that you're starting off each lesson plan with that lesson plan template that's posted to Google Drive. Your teachers put an awful lot of time and effort into creating those videos, and when you don't do it, it hampers your learning, and it also doesn't respect the process that they've gone through in terms of creating that. When you have a Zoom session, be present, be engaged, turn your phone off or put it away. Personally, I'm on Zoom sessions throughout the day, probably 15 or 20 sessions a week. I've got to put my phone away because I just get distracted. That's me. I want to encourage you to put your phone down or put it away when you're in Zoom. When you miss a Zoom session, gosh, it's tough for your teachers because they're working all week, they're planning, they're prepping. I compare it to a baseball game where we've had a practice plan, we've worked. The day of the game, we bring our great energy, we're ready to go, and we get rained out. And all of that work, all that time, all that effort, all that culmination is just kind of put on hold. And so when you don't show up for a Zoom session, it's hard for your teachers. It's hard for you to get caught up. And honestly, it's like you're a human rain delay. So please, don't be a human rain delay. Get to your Zoom sessions. They're there for you. Be present, have a positive impact. If remote learning's been difficult for you, you are not alone. Know that it's okay. We're all in this together. You've got a school team that's here to support you. If it's been a struggle, let's jump in now. Let's do the best we can together. We want to meet you where you're at. Together we can make progress each day. It's going to get easier each day. Please let Mrs. Skinner, your teachers, let me know when you need help. Don't be afraid to reach out, and we're going to jump in. My worst case scenario as a principal is I've got a student who struggled the first 3 weeks, maybe hasn't been fully engaged, maybe hasn't done a ton of classwork. And my worst case scenario is you get down on yourself, you get frustrated to the point where it impacts the rest of our time together. We know we're here remote learning throughout the rest of the month of April. It could be longer, it could be the whole school year. I don't want you to get down and get frustrated and just say, I can't do this, it's too hard. Ask for help, let us know. We'll adjust, we'll get you started, we'll build positive momentum together. All of that being said, I want to challenge you to bring your best self each day to remote learning. It's hard, it's really hard. But going back to our mindset of E plus R equals O, event plus response equals outcome, we can't control this event. This international pandemic, this coronavirus, it took place, right? It's impacted the whole world. We control our response, and that response isn't always perfect. We're human. We make mistakes, we struggle, we get frustrated, we get sad at times, and that's all okay. I want to encourage you to do your best. And when you struggle or things seem really tough, that's okay. Just press pause. Take a moment, step back, gain some clarity, and reflect. Our response determines the type of outcome that we experience for ourselves, but also for others, for your loved ones, for the folks within your 20 square feet of influence. So that would include your friends, your family, your classmates, your teachers, your principals, your counselors. If you know a classmate who's struggling, in general, reach out. If you know a classmate who's struggling to keep up with work, be an encourager, support that classmate. Maybe you're the person that sends a group text to your class to remind them when the next Zoom session is about to take place. Maybe you and your friend serve as captains for the class, and you're kind of the glue that brings everybody together. In that case, maybe you're sending an encouraging follow-up text to your classmates right after a learning session or after a lesson plan has been completed. I encourage you to be the glue that brings people together and keeps them upbeat. This is definitely a challenging time, but it's also the perfect time for you to be a great teammate for your peers. I just want to say you're valued, you're cared, you're loved. I want you to feel that each day, even when we're not together. Your team of teachers misses you greatly, and we look forward to connecting with you over the course of this week. Thanks, Warriors. Make it a great day.